What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing good on this Monday. Hope you guys have enjoyed your Monday so far as well. Mine was a little busy, but it's the way it goes. Let's see who we got in here. And sorry about that. If you're just piling back in, I accidentally started the stream the wrong way, so it did not sync with the link that I sent out. So I just ended that one, started the right one. How's it going, Artful? Thanks for staying up, man. I know this is a little probably past your time. But I wanted to make sure I got a stream out. It's not going to be a long stream today, guys. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, but I did want to talk about just a couple things and focus on that, and then we can pick up in the next stream from there. So I'll try and answer as many of your questions as I can. Feel free to drop them in the chat now, and I will get to them as they come through. Number one. Nice. I'm doing good, man. Hopefully you're doing good too. What's up, Rick? What's going on, everybody? Branson, how's it going, man? Hey, Scott F, how's it going? Glad to see all you guys piling in. Cool. So we can go ahead and get started. One thing I want to say, guys, I'm sure you guys have all taken a look at the charts recently. And you've probably seen that Bitcoin has sold off a bit, and you've probably seen that Dogecoin has also sold off a bit. As we just take a look at the chart here, I'm looking on the 4-hour time frame, so that's why things look so spread out. But if I just go to the daily, just so we can get a summary, I'll hide the drawings really fast. You can see this is where we are on Bitcoin right now. So this is down at about the $3,000 to $5,000 range. Up here is about $60,000 to $70,000 right here. And here we sit at 42. Now, keep in mind, if you look at it from this perspective, when we were in that bearish situation for a couple months, we were right here under this 40,000 mark, and we are still teetering really, really close to that $40,000 mark right now. Yes, ads. Well, oh, Dougie, you watched an ad too? Hey, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I figured I'd turn them on for this stream. I don't usually turn them on. I have my account monetized, but I generally just leave them off. But thank you for watching. I did not turn on the unskippable ads, though. All right, so I didn't want to be that annoying. But thank you, Dougie and Artful, for watching. I do appreciate it. Kid Wilson says, I'm broke thanks to your advice. How's it going? What advice, man? What advice? Why are you broke? It's going good, though. How's it going, John? Thank you for the follow on Twitter. I appreciate that. So, anyway, as you can see, Bitcoin here is sitting at 42,000. It's really close to that level, and we are still not in the clear regarding whether or not the market's going to crash or not. What I'm a little concerned about is if you just take a look at this for what it is, this is played out to be like a really, really good potential head and shoulders situation right here. And I don't like that very much because there's probably a lot of people seeing the same thing and they're going to be feeling very uncomfortable with going long, because if most people are seeing head and shoulders and they know that's a bearish reversal pattern, they're not going to want to buy. They're going to wait for some kind of confirmation, which means that they're going to start to buy in if there's an opportunity for FOMO buys, fear of missing out buy-ins. So a whale's going to have to spark the up movement here. Things are going to have to start looking really positive, and then people are going to have to say, oh, I guess it wasn't a head and shoulders. And then they'll start to buy in. That's going to need to be like above 45K, above 46, heading towards 50,000. And anything below there, we're going to have a little bit of difficulty on our own getting out of this little area. And I'm afraid that if no whales decide to buy in, we could still see a bit of a market pullback. So that is my concern. Now, with Bitcoin, is it going to crash? I don't know. I don't think there's really a good reason for it to crash, but at the same time, it was already going to crash, and I didn't think there was a good reason for it to pump. So just keep in mind, and I've said this before, when we were right here, it looked like we were for sure going down. All signs pointed to we were going to see 20,000s. And then, right then, someone jokingly sparked a rumor a lie that Amazon was going to be accepting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went on this massive bull run, and then that run got disputed, yet we still continued up. So what stopped us from crashing here was a lie. So I mean, if people were already negative, if all we have since then is rumors, there's still potential that we could crash. I don't see why not. But then at the same time, we have gotten a lot more positive news on Bitcoin. So we've got, of course, El Salvador legal tender. We've got AMC and just multiple companies and different countries definitely jumping on board with Bitcoin since then. So yeah, Bitcoin's got a lot of positive catalysts, but at the same time, there's also been a lot of negative. So which way is it going to go? I can't really tell you, but I will say that I'm still being very careful with anything that I invest in, because if Bitcoin does crash, we're going to see, if you thought that the lows that we saw recently were low, I mean, we're really going to see some lows that might be shocking, and I don't want to be 100% all in and then not be able to buy any dips, and because that's always depressing, right? Don't forget, guys, as you come in, don't forget to hit that like button. I do appreciate that support, and it's what really drives other people to the video, so I would appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, when I'm not live streaming, because I don't stream quite as often as I was, because just the market's moving too slow for it, in my opinion. I don't want to just make you sit here and not have anything to talk about. So if you want to see my thoughts and keep up with my activity, obviously you probably don't want to pay $10 a month necessarily to be in the Discord group where I type, but the next best place to go is to follow me on Twitter. All right, so if you want to do that, it's at 2020 Tech Reviews on Twitter, and you'll find me there. I retweet stuff all the time, and some things I say in the Discord group, I do go ahead and also tweet, so it's a good place to find me. What's up, Chosen? How's it going? The Artful Dozer says that ADA is pumping. What's the reason? Why is Bitcoin so slow? All Doge merch sold out and Doge is not pumping. So yeah, I want to talk about kind of all of those things. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Cardano, actually, oh, that's not Cardano. Cardano is pumping here. All right, and this is really good for Cardano. Is there a reason that Cardano is pumping? I'll say I didn't see any recent Cardano news, but let's go take a look together. Okay, well, maybe this is why. Cardano price surges on Sunday Swap DEX Catalyst. Looks like it's going live on Sunday Swap. Or, I'm sorry, looks like Sunday Swap is going live on the Cardano blockchain. So that's actually pretty big news. It's the first decentralized exchange on Cardano blockchain, Sunday Swap. And it's fully launching here. Looks like Sunday Swap will launch as a fully functional beta decentralized exchange. The developers confirmed in a blog post on Sunday. Projects will be allowed to create trading pools for their tokens after Tuesday. So looks like that's what the pump came from. Now, at the same time, so obviously that's really good news, and that's what's making it take off. ADA was severely oversold. You got to keep in mind that ADA came from $3.10 and sold all the way off to like $2, but then when the market crashed, it sold down to $1 here. If you look at the bottom of this wick, $1.07. But if you go to a lower time frame, you can actually see, and I thought it went a little lower than that, but maybe not. Let's take a look. Okay, so the bottom of the wick, $1.07. When you take a look at that, that means depending on what you really want to consider, the $3 mark or the $2 mark, either way, ADA sold off anywhere from 50 to 75% when Bitcoin crashed and only sold off, what, 30, 40% compared, if you look at 70,000 to where it is sitting right now, anywhere from 30 to 50%. Is how much Bitcoin sold off from its best to its worst. So ADA really oversold off here. And so for that reason, it was plenty due for a bounce, and a strong one at that. I would not be surprised to see ADA go straight back up towards $2 here. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Maybe just a little bit because the Sunday Swap news is good, but it's not incredible. Like, it's not amazing. But it is good to see the first decentralized exchange going live on Cardano, because Cardano has had some issues with people really believing that the whole smart contract thing and smart apps was really going to work well on the network. They've been having a lot of issues recently. So I think seeing that has just made people feel really positive, and that was probably enough to spark a big run. But as you can see, Cardano did a really nice double bottom here, went all the way down to 120, pulled up to 160, back down to 120, and then oversold a little bit on the over sell-off here from Bitcoin, where everything crashed, including Doge, and then it bounced back up, and now it has good news. So maybe ADA saw the lowest that it's going to see for a while, and now it's ready to head towards 2. When that will happen exactly, not sure. I won't make a prediction there, but I would not be surprised if this was the bottom right here. ADA, getting in anywhere from ADA 1 to 125 was really a steal, and we may not see that number again. John Tremblay says, got a limit order for Bitcoin at 38K. Nice. Now, I will say, be very careful when you do the limit buys, because there's a saying in trading that goes, never catch a falling knife. And in case you're wondering exactly what that means, just imagine the price as a knife. When the price is dropping, you don't want to catch it. That's dangerous. If you need to hold the knife, if you want to hold the knife, you don't want to grab it while it's falling. So, because that's how you get destroyed, basically. So, setting a limit order is perfectly fine for a buy or a sell, but you just want to be careful when you set one for a buy, when you assume that your price is going to get filled when the market's crashing, because that's basically the falling knife. It's dangerous, because the knife could just keep going right through your hand and go much lower down. And yeah, you got filled at 38, but what if, the crash continues and it doesn't stop at 38? So just keep an eye on it and make sure that as it gets close to your limit order, that it's not really coming down super fast. I much rather wait till the sell-off is done and wait for it to start reversing and then buy it as I can tell that it's bouncing. That's the way I usually play it. But 38K is going to be a good price. We already talked about before potential supports for Bitcoin. And the other reason that I say that is because under 40,000 is really the dangerous zone. So, passing under 40 and then under 39 is kind of like the last stand that we really have here, 39,000. So if it goes under 39, it's probably going to go down pretty fast after that. And I don't think it's going to stop at 38. Even though there is a bit of support at 38, I just, it would be so bearish that people would probably panic sell. So I think we could maybe even get filled towards 36. I would feel better about setting an order at 36. That's just me. If it stops right at 38 and it doesn't make it to 36, all right, don't blame me. That's just my opinion. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. All right, but let's go ahead and talk about Dogecoin, guys. So why is Dogecoin not at 50 cents right now? And that's probably what a lot of people are wondering. So first of all, Dozier also said, why is Bitcoin so slow? I think there's just not any buy or sell activity. I don't really know the reason why. I know that there was just so much hype regarding the spot ETFs coming and all these other things. And right now we're just sitting at such an awkward spot, because you look at the finances kind of in the US and everybody's panicked about the market, about inflation and about all these other things. We've got the Omicron variant rapidly spreading, and we're setting new record highs on COVID cases per day around the United States, and that's not good news. And that is usually market crashing news anytime it has to do with COVID, because we saw what happened to the stock market when we had to go into lockdown, and things just they looked like they were getting better. Now they look like they're getting worse, even though the new variant doesn't seem to be really knocking people completely out of commission. I think the spread is just causing people to not want to do anything and just wait it out. So that's going to be my best guess. It has mostly to do with Omicron. And then second is just the market and inflation and dollars being printed and hearing bad financial news. Even though that's a good thing for Bitcoin, a lot of times the markets just all crash. So was there also a Cardano metaverse launch, Daniel? If so, that could be another thing. Let's see. Okay, it's saying that too. So it looks like there's two things. Cardano Metaverse Project Pavia. Oh, the virtual plots. Oh boy. I don't know about this one. I did look this up, and I don't think I get it. Yeah, it's a piece of land, but I mean, does it even look cool? There's got to be something to it. I'm really skeptical on this first year and a half of NFTs. And I'm all about making money, so don't think I'm a hater or anything like that just because I haven't gotten started doing it. But I'm just scared that there's going to come a point where the hype cools off just a little bit, and then people say, all right, well, is this actually worth the amount of money that I'm putting down? Like, what value does this thing that I just bought, this photo or this little property, like, what does it actually mean? And I'm scared that the hype cools down a little and people start to just look at it for what it is. And then people are left holding the NFT bag. So I'm all about, and I think the metaverse idea is actually genius and overdue. But I think, I don't know if like this is it. I've seen some pretty cool virtual reality setups. I think the metaverse and like high quality VR and like a virtual world or virtual universe and having NFTs do stuff in that could be a really big thing down the line. I just don't know about, what is this? What is this right here? What am I looking at? And some of the photos too that are just lame, but people are charging like $2,000 and saying, hey, art that you can make in Photoshop in like 5 seconds, like anybody could. I'm just like, I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so Artful Doger also asked another good question. He said, all Doge merch has sold out and Doge is still not pumping. So that's another good point. Now, this is why I've said the best case scenario for Dogecoin doing a significant move here is to see the market leader moving up. Doge4Tesla was good, but we already knew that Doge4Tesla was coming, and Doge4Tesla, I mean, the announcement had already been made. So it's kind of the way that the announcements have been getting made, and the fact that the market's still selling off and crashing and that people are uncertain, that I think is really causing an issue with Dogecoin. Because there's just so many projects now to diversify your money into. Dogecoin is not the go-to coin for a pump anymore. I mean, now you've got options between Doge, SHIB, Satama, something like that, Floki Inu, and all these different Australian Safe Shepherd, and all these different potential pump ideas. And then you've got NFTs as well, which is now the brand new thing for making tons of money really fast. So everybody's diversifying their portfolio. So at this point in time, I don't really think that a particular coin, especially one of high market cap like SHIB and Dogecoin right now, is really going to do any kind of significant pump off of like fake news or news that isn't really important. And so the reason I'm not surprised, when we talked about this during the last stream, I expected Doge to go maybe mid-20s. And that was pretty much it. I didn't really make any higher predictions. I said maybe like 25, 30 tops. And we stopped at about 22 there. Really pretty close to 22 to 25. But we already knew that Dogecoin was going live for Tesla for merch pretty soon, because Elon Musk had already told us like 2 weeks in advance. And then we were just waiting for it to show up. Everybody kind of freaked out and bought up Dogecoin thinking it was going to go crazy, because then it finally did go live. But the announcement had already been made. And this was more of like a FOMO buy-in run-up. Now, don't get me wrong, the run-up was pretty extreme, okay? Because going from 13 to 22 cents, that's almost 100% gain. So in what period of time? 110 to 114? So within 4 days, Dogecoin went up about 75%. So that's actually pretty significant. But because the number isn't so high anymore, because the price has fallen down so low, I think everybody's kind of getting thrown off. But Dogecoin pumped pretty hard. 75% gain is nothing to scoff at. But then, of course, we did sell off after that, and now we're back here at 17. So, yes, we did pull back. I think what's really going to give us the biggest move, and the move that we've really been waiting for, is going to be Dogecoin going fully live for Tesla. in my opinion, this is a good sign, but it doesn't get Dogecoin to its end goal, which is Tesla saying, okay, this coin's really good enough to be accepted comfortably for everything. Because Dogecoin being going live for merchandise purchases, but not vehicles, it just makes it sound like this is the pilot. Like this is the beta test to make sure that it's a good idea, to make sure that everything works out okay. And there's still a chance that they say, all right, well, we tried this on the merch and we don't know that it's a great idea to do with vehicles. So we're just going to leave this to merch only and you guys enjoy that. And then it's pretty much done. You know, there wouldn't be necessarily a pump after that. So we need to see Dogecoin fully 100% successfully become a method of payment for Tesla, and you know, make it clear to everybody that this is good. And then from there, I think we will see a lot of other companies following, and that's where we get our catalyst, and that's where Dogecoin continues to snowball in price. But there's just so many factors here. But I still think this pump was good. I don't have a problem with that pump at all. But of course, the real pump that we want to see go to like 30 and beyond is Dogecoin for Tesla vehicles too. I think that's what's going to do it. Now, as far as the merch is concerned, I mean, that's a really good sign. What that tells us, and what that tells Tesla too, most importantly, is that there is demand, and that people aren't just saying, "Hey, I want to buy things with Tesla." I mean, with Dogecoin, just so that Tesla goes live with it and it makes the coin pump, right? Because that could be a concern. That just like with SHIB, they were just saying, you know, we want Shiba Swap. We want Shiba Swap. When is Shiba Swap coming? Then Shiba Swap came. Nobody actually cared. Everybody was just waiting for a pump, and the price actually didn't go anywhere. And now Shiba Swap is probably being used to a good degree, but is it the most popular decentralized exchange all of a sudden? No. So I think that's another thing too, is Tesla making it go live on the website and giving everybody the opportunity, and then within hours or less, all of the merch that was purchasable with Dogecoin was completely sold out. And so that shows us and them that there actually is real demand for people that have Dogecoin to want to spend it. And so it would be a good marketing move to keep that going. Restock the merchandise, make more of their merch, because not all of it is available. We'll make all of it purchasable with Dogecoin and see how that goes. And then they'll sell out again, and they'll be like, oh, you know what, this was a really good idea, and then transition to vehicles. So I really just think this is the testing stage. Now, on top of that, we need to see not just Tesla go fully live with Dogecoin, so vehicles included, just like Bitcoin was in the past. We should be having the same functionality. But we also need to see Robinhood wallets come. We've got, what did I say before, like 60% of potential funds locked in Robinhood wallets, and people don't want to necessarily sell. So give them the option to spend. Now, I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, because we just actually approached the halfway point through the month. And Robinhood recently has announced that, or at least some people have, that Robinhood has moved to beta. So from alpha testing to beta testing, and they're beginning to roll out Robinhood wallet accessibility to more users. So that is rapidly going on here and rapidly spreading. So that's good. I would recommend all of you to go ahead and check your accounts right now and just make sure that you didn't get an invite for Robinhood wallets. All right, and I am like number 400,000 on the list. I haven't gotten an invite quite yet, but I'm waiting on it. Do I have any news on Thorchain and Doge share swap? I don't, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Do apologize. But that's kind of where we're at, guys. I wanted to show a couple tweets. All right, so Matt Wallace on January 15th, he actually tweeted this out, and this lines up perfectly with what I was saying. After Robinhood Dogecoin wallets come out would be the perfect time for Tesla to do the full Dogecoin acceptance. It only makes sense, all right? And I've been saying this for like 2 months. This is what would make the most sense. Wait for Robinhood to let people spend the Dogecoin and then accept it. Do it in that order so that it doesn't look like a failure. Because if we've got 60% of people with Dogecoin using it on an exchange that doesn't let them spend it and they don't want to sell it, then when the full Tesla thing goes live and everybody's Dogecoin's locked up, it's going to look like, well, nobody even wanted to spend their Doge, when in reality it was, well, nobody could spend their Dogecoin. So it would just make much more sense to wait till it's freed to make the announcement so that we get the result as it really truly should be. And then someone else said, friendly reminder, once Robinhood releases wallets, you will be able to spend Dogecoin at 600,000 plus stores that use Verifone credit terminals. This includes brands like Dunkin', Foot Locker, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Macy's, and more. There's plenty of locations now that are accepting things like BitPay and whatnot. And then on top of that, more and more locations are going live, letting you spend your Dogecoin natively, which, all right, which also reminds me, guys, the main reason, oh, sorry, wait, this just popped up. Okay, so Robinhood's sending out invites to certain people to join the beta testing program, and then you have to answer a little survey. So that's how that works. Now, the main thing that I like about Dogecoin for Tesla on Tesla's website is what I've been saying for a while is it's one of the most important things when it comes to a place accepting it. It's that Tesla is accepting Dogecoin natively. They are not making you use some sort of workaround to bait you into saying, hey guys, well, hey, now you can spend it here because we accept BitPay, or you can spend it here because we accept Flexa, or something else like that. They give you, just like Doge Beans Coffee's website. If you haven't checked that out yet, feel free to add something to your cart and try to check out dogebeans.com. What you're able to do is it gives you a QR code and says, this is how much Doge you owe for this purchase. Go ahead, open your wallet, and send this Dogecoin amount to this wallet address as a method of payment. And that means that they are taking the Dogecoin that you spend directly. It shows that they're not afraid to hold Dogecoin, that they are perfectly fine with having Dogecoin on their balance sheet and having actual Dogecoin in their wallet. These other companies that are saying we accept Dogecoin via BitPay or something like that, they can put a filter in between you and them where they lure you in, and all that happens is you click pay, the app converts the Dogecoin to cash for them, and they just take cash. So it's no different for them, and they don't expose themselves to Dogecoin at all. So what value does that really hold? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a bait. We want people to actually use Dogecoin all the way through. You send it, they accept it. And not only does that cut the middleman out, the centralized middleman, which is the whole point of cryptocurrency, but you can also take advantage of why Dogecoin is so good. It's fast, and transaction fees are cheap, and you don't need to use a middleman for that. So accept it natively. And that's what Tesla's doing. So they're really setting the market example and the lead for how that should be done. So if they pull it off, I think that's when Dogecoin really starts to take off. And I know I ranted a little bit there, guys, but I wanted to explain it. In additional news here, talking about accepting things, Robinhood kind of released a statement today on listing more currencies, and they made it clear because there's been still a lot of discussion on Robinhood taking SHIB as a method of payment. All right, we know that that's one of the things that made SHIB go to the moon, and they said it's not lost. It's not lost in our information that users would like to see us add additional coins. But we're a highly regulated company in a highly regulated industry, and we think that it's important that we get a bit more clarity from regulators before we just go accepting more coins. And that was pretty much it. So basically, they're saying they're not accepting it yet without saying it. So just keep that in mind. If you were looking for a buy opportunity for SHIB. Doesn't look like Robinhood is ready to actually take that leap. And so that could introduce a little bit of negativity into the SHIB token. And we might see some more pulling back here down into the ones pretty soon. Wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. Arat says, hi, Rick, and hi from Oklahoma City. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Does anybody have any other questions? That's pretty much all for today. I just wanted to talk about Dogecoin, really, and just explain kind of my thoughts on what was going on. I think the pump was really good. I think the announcement was great. And for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, let's just go ahead and go to Tesla's website. And I'm just going to show you... I'm going to show you the setup here for how you can pay with Doge. So if we look at something... I want to go to the full list. Lifestyle. All right, so if you go to shop and then lifestyle, you can see the list of items here, lifestyle items, and you can buy it with Dogecoin. And this is really cool. This is in the future how things would look. So you see here how it says wireless portable charger 2.0, and under that it says the cost $70. Well, you look right here, and this is the Giga Texas belt buckle, and under it it says 835 Doge. It does not say anything about US dollars. It is fully Doge. All right, so if I were to click on this wireless charger because I wanted to buy it, $70. All right, if I click on the belt buckle, 835 Doge. And then if you want to buy it, you click on that, you input your information, and then it's going to give you a QR code and tell you, please send 835 Doge to this wallet address. And that's it. It is really cool. And this is kind of a taste of the future. When more places accept Doge natively and not through a middleman, that's the way things are going to look. And so that's pretty neat. And here you can also buy the Cyber Whistle. Is this actually back in stock? Oh, it's out of stock. If this was back in stock, guys, I probably would have went ahead and bought one on stream. But that will be my goal, to buy a Cyber Whistle on stream once it's back in stock. And then they also have I showed you the Cyber Quad. But not all things yet. And you can get the sexy mug, 450 Doge. Let's check that out. Is that back in stock? Ooh. What do you guys think? Should I do this? Should I do this on stream? Hang on. I'm just entering my information off the page. All right, here it goes. So this is what it looks like, guys. When you're ready to make the payment, see it says pay. All I did was enter my information. I said pay now, and then it says payment. Scan the QR code or copy and paste this address into your desired Dogecoin wallet. So you can scan the QR code. Let's just say you're using your phone, you have a Coinbase wallet or something like that, or shortly you'll have a Robinhood wallet. Where you can go ahead and make a payment. So you'll open that app and you'll hit the button to scan a QR code. And if you're not using something like that and you're using your desktop, for example, all you have to do is copy the Dogecoin address that they want you to send this to. And so you just click copy, you go into your Coinbase account or whatever, you click send it to, and then you paste that. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this with my Coinbase account because this actually isn't very expensive, so I don't really have a problem buying this. So, and I'll support the movement by doing it. Let's buy a mug. Oh, it wants me to verify my security here. All right, so we're doing this. We're making a, I'm going to change the title. Making a, using Dogecoin to buy from Tesla's website. A little bit of a more positive title, all right? All right, cool. So let's go ahead and run through this. So I've got my Coinbase account here now. I'm going to actually need to add some Dogecoin here because I don't have much in my Coinbase account right now. So let's buy some Doge. Let's buy Dogecoin. Where are you at? D is for Doge. D is for Doge. There it is. And how much does this want me to pay? About 150. So I'll just buy 200 to be safe. Okay, which isn't very much. It's about 30 bucks. I mean, it is a lot for a mug, but it's all right. So I'm just going to grab 200 Doge. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. Okay, so as you can see, in my Coinbase account, I've gone ahead and added some Dogecoin. So now I've got just enough. I bought 200, so I should have somewhere around 205 Dogecoin or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this mug. So I click copy on the Dogecoin address. I send and pay with Dogecoin. Send to. All I do is paste the address, so I can Control V or right click paste. And I'm going to change this to how much Doge because it told me the Doge amount. And it's going to be 150. So I click continue on that. I'm sending 150 Doge, which equals $26.12 at the current price. And I'm sending that over to the wallet address that it asked me to pay with a network fee of only 1 Doge. That's all I'm being charged for sending because the transaction fees are relatively cheap. Now it just wants me to enter the 2-step authentication address. So let's do that. 352 5572. Cool. All right, and we'll see how long this takes. So there it goes, done. This transaction usually takes up to 6 hours. It won't. So now I'm just here. And as soon as their wallet recognizes, boom, there it is. That was pretty much instantaneous. Order placed. And there's my confirmation number. And it says you'll receive an email once your order status has been confirmed. And you can check the status of your order in order details. And, you know, for fun, they put a little Doge there and it says, wow. So it was that easy to make a payment with Dogecoin and check out on Tesla's website. That's how places accept Dogecoin natively. That's what it really looks like. It's that simple. It just tells you wallet address, send Doge here. As soon as they get it, it'll give you the confirmation and you're done. So I like that a lot. And I'll be getting a mug soon. And my balance should have reduced. All right, I guess it's pending on this end, but they got it. That's all that matters. There you go, guys. That's how you do it. Any questions? While you guys type, I will go ahead and just kind of say the concluding things here. So I'm pretty satisfied with Doge getting to 22. That was way more than we saw when the announcement was first made by Elon Musk, which barely moved the needle at all. And so we got all the way out of the hole here, started slowly grinding up, and then had a big run to 22 cents just off it actually happening, even though the announcement was already was already there. So we already knew it was coming. When it happened, big pump, like 75% run up. I think the real big pump's going to come when Elon says, okay, now you can buy Tesla vehicles with it. That's going to just tell the industry, whether it's the car industry or just anyone that accepts payments, so much about Dogecoin that I really think it's going to catch on. And then I really think people are going to start buying it up in anticipation of demand. So there's that. Did I see the new Doge Road Map? No, I have not, but let's take a look. And so that happening, plus Robinhood wallets, I think is going to be what really does it. Doodle Doge. No, not that. All right, let's take a look at the Dogecoin roadmap here. This is Pixel Doge. All right. Let's take a look at what Preezy's saying. If you have a link, that would be cool, but I might be able to find it here. Is it on Dogecoin's website? Trying to find it. Okay, so this must be it right here. There it is. Project Dogecoin Standard. Dogecoin Trail Map Prologue. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so they're wanting developers to move to the Dogecoin space. That could be interesting. Okay. Oh, final stand. Okay. GigaWallet, an enterprise-ready Dogecoin service for your platform. Oh, let's read this. So GigaWallet's one of the things on the roadmap. It says, as we've mentioned in the prologue, we believe... Well, maybe let's read the prologue. How about that? Yeah, let's just read it, guys. Why not? So it says, what is the Dogecoin Trail Map? While roadmap is a term that's commonly used when new cryptocurrencies are released, it conveys a rigid way of moving forward, led by a single company or lead. Dogecoin is a community-driven, consensus-based open source project, and its direction is formed by the many individual and organizational contributors to the various projects of the Dogecoin blockchain and ecosystem. The direction of Dogecoin is paved by the many projects that the community feels best shapes its direction. This is a very intentional decision. It is important that Dogecoin remains a decentralized project with shepherds rather than rulers, each whose projects and contributions stand or fall on their merits. This trail map represents a dog walk the Dogecoin Foundation is committed to exploring and that we believe will contribute to Dogecoin's success. So why these projects? Right? Talking about the manifesto. Manifesto was their attempt at capturing everything that the community wanted from Dogecoin. And so therefore the first pillar of the manifesto is being useful. We value utility over technical brilliance. So it being useful, really. This is fundamental to the thinking behind the Foundation Trail Map. In fact, we believe this so strongly we have an even simpler saying. Utility equals adoption. Utility, adoption, utility, adoption. This is the way. Or utility to adoption. All right, the more adoption, the more Dogecoin gains traction as a serious universal currency for people everywhere, exactly. And the more utility, the more useful, the more useful, the more adoption, the more it gains traction, and that cycle continues. All right. And then, let's see. Oh, wow, they're likening Dogecoin to a denarius. It says, there was a time when most of the known world accepted a universal currency minted by Rome, and it was called a denarius. It was worth about a day's wages and had one thing going for it. You could spend it anywhere in the empire to satisfy your wants or needs. It had utility, right? And that's all it did. It had no smart contracts, no scriptability, no decentralized apps, and yet this one coin controlled the world. Similar to, you could say, the dollar or something like that in whatever area you live in. It says, we believe Dogecoin's on a similar trajectory. Yet this time, it's not the face of the emperor controlling a centralized currency, but a friendly Doge welcoming all to a decentralized and liberated currency for the people. This is the idea that so many people have such a difficult time wrapping their heads around, because all they start to think about is, everybody's gotten brainwashed to the point where they just say, oh, I want to find a coin that is this, that, and the other, that has this development team with this it's this amount deflationary, and it has smart contracts and layer 2, and it does all of this and has that too, and NFTs too. And unless the project has all these different buzzwords, like a token burn and all kinds of stuff, people are just not interested. And that's because they can't really understand the concept of something being good at what it's intending to do, and that being its utility. A project does not have to be everything. You can have individual projects that aren't trying to be the jack of all trades, but that are trying to focus on being good at what they were created for specifically. So Dogecoin can be really good at being a coin that people accept as payment, that people will assign value to, just like it's saying a denarius was back in those times. And then Ethereum could be a really good, smart blockchain. And Bitcoin can be a really good store value. Bitcoin doesn't have to be a good payment coin. It could be a good value store coin that's deflationary. And then when you want to spend, that's where you spend your Dogecoin. You save your Bitcoin, you spend your Dogecoin. It's these concepts that people don't seem to understand. But I think once Dogecoin takes off, the people that couldn't wrap their heads around it are going to be left in the dust, and then they're going to be the ones doing the FOMO buy-ins later. Anyway, whilst many coin projects are trying to be stores of value like Bitcoin or engineering platforms like Ethereum, we believe that the innovative step has already been made by Satoshi with the invention of a cryptocurrency. That's literally exactly what I just said. I hadn't even read that line yet. Dogecoin already has the fundamentals required to achieve these goals by focusing on simplicity, utility, and reliability. And that's what this trail map's focused on. Okay, so let's take a look. Paving the way for new, faster nodes, new avenues for payment providers, retailers, game developers, and blah, 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 to rapidly integrate Dogecoin into their infrastructure with scalable back-end solutions such as the GigaWallet project. Now, this is big too, because this is actually some utility in the Dogecoin project. Like it's not the coin itself, but this is like the back-end work to make this possible, to make it easy without using something like, let's just say, Coinbase Wallet or BitPay or something like that. Using the native Dogecoin solution here to have a good integration that allows you to accept it as payment in a decentralized fashion. All right, I'm not going to read that stuff because that's really technical. All right, so let's go ahead, and most of it's just talking about the GigaWallet here. So it says GigaWallet, an enterprise-ready Dogecoin service for your platform. As we've mentioned in the prologue, We believe that utility comes from adoption and adoption from utility. It's a feedback loop that is on a slow path right now due to friction around platform adoption. And so many of the initiatives on this trail map are focused on decreasing the cycle time for development, smoothing a path for developers to look into integration of Dogecoin into their platforms. Says one key hurdle in this journey is the lack of a fit-for-purpose drop-in back-end service that any platform, exchange, or retailer can run on their own infrastructure that provides a modern, non-custodial approach to processing Dogecoin transactions. So really cutting out that middleman and in a modern fashion being able to have a payment system. This GigaWallet project is an open source initiative aimed at filling that gap by providing a node/API solution that can be set up in seconds and allow a developer to add Dogecoin transactions to their platform as easily as they might have with any polished payment provider. Huge. All right, API, the first for processing and validating traditional Dogecoin transactions. The second will be APIs to integrate with the proposed Dogecoin Keyring app and SDK. Ooh. This is a mobile-first solution that will allow platforms that use the GigaWallet to issue charges directly from their apps to the Dogecoin Keyring app for approval by the user. Whoa. This is important because it puts the ownership of keys back in the hands of the user without removing a platform's ability to transact Dogecoin. So the Dogecoin Keyring app and the GigaWallet platform. Wow, this looks really good. So, thank you for pointing me in this direction. Let me just go ahead. Oh, and then there's also, they don't have articles on this yet, but Dogecoin Keyring, Radio Doge, which is Starlink plus radio nodes for remote locations. That's crazy. And then community staking, proof of stake transition. And then the point of sale layer 2 app. This is an actual roadmap here with lots of utility. And if anyone after we went through all that, or they read it on their own, doubts that Dogecoin has a purpose, they're fooling themselves. And here we sit, Dogecoin worth 13 cents, 16 cents, 19 cents, so on and so forth, and people aren't buying it. We know that all it took was Elon Musk to go on Saturday Night Live and say Dogecoin, when Dogecoin literally had no utility, no roadmap, no purpose other than to be for fun, and that made us hit mid 70 cents. So if you don't think we could double, triple, quadruple, or beyond with actual use and purpose plus Elon Musk just because we're in a bear market at the moment, well, you'll probably be left behind. But for all of us that are on board, keep that in mind. Lots of stuff coming, which really just signals kind of no matter what the price is right now, once those things go live, Dogecoin's value, especially post Doge4Tesla and Robinhood wallets, it's going to be through the roof. So I see a lot coming. And go ahead, do the math for yourself. Go to coinmarketcap.com, look up like how many people that there are in your area, whether that's your city, your state, your country, and just do some division on your population divided by how many Dogecoin actually are in circulating supply. You'll start to realize that even though a lot of Doge get made per year, there's still not enough to go around. So once demand hits, there's going to be scarce supply. So the value is going to increase like crazy. It's just a matter of time. So anyway, hopefully we'll come back a couple months from now. Doge will be a couple bucks or something. And then we could look back at this stream and just say, yes, we already knew. But looks like all the questions have pretty much been answered. So thank you all for the support today. We went a little longer than I was planning, so I'm going to end it. But I will catch you guys in the next